I'm continuing my series of Magnus Carlsen's top 10 finishes, and in the last video I left you with this position. It's the game between Magnus Carlsen and Icelandic Grandmaster Helgi Gretarsson, and here White playing win. You can always pause the video and try to solve it yourself before I give you the solution, but here we go. Black's king is a little bit exposed. Queen h5 check. The king step back. And then queen c5 check. King f7 and bishop g6. That is the really elegant move. If the bishop is taken, then queen h5 is mate. Beautiful the way black's pieces block the king. And if rook takes bishop, then queen e7 is checkmate. And once again, the black pieces block the king. There are, of course, alternatives. In this position, for example, after queen h5 check, you could put the rook in the way, but this loses immediately to this, winning the queen. Or a little later on, rook e7 would be met by bishop f5. So now there's a threat here. And after queen f7, well, you just take a bishop for nothing. Obviously, white is winning that position. But yeah, that's the really elegant move. Bishop g6 check. Right, let me give you the next game for you to consider. Now, this was played in the famous Vikonsee tournament in 2005. Carlsen was just 14 years old, and I mean, he had a pretty good debut in the tournament. He'd scored over 50%. For a 14-year-old, a remarkable achievement. In this game, he was playing against Predrag Nikolic, who is a very experienced grandmaster, rated at this time well above Magnus Carlsen. I mean, this is a bit of a side variation of the French that black is playing, but yeah, it's tricky. And here, well, the prudent choice would be just to castle for black and not to go on any adventures. But here Nikolic played bishop c3, attacking rook and pawn. So that means that black is winning a pawn. However, after this move, rook a4, white gets fantastic compensation for the pawn. First of all, Carlsen traded knights, and then he played bishop a3. Well, that, of course, is a crucial move to keep black's king shut in the middle of the board. Can't castle, because, of course, the king can't step past the bishop's line. And now Carlsen plays knight f3, attacking the bishop, which retreated. So already Carlsen has pretty good comp. That rook has interesting possibilities, maybe swinging across the board here. The bishop, of course, is tremendous. We've already seen that. This bishop is on a great square, looking across the board. But how do you go further with white? Well, this next move of Carlsen's is superb. He played queen a1. So that attacks the pawn on g7, and that provokes a weakness. So, well, if, for example, pawn to f6, then rook to e1, now the bishop is loose, the king comes here, and the rook swings across, and this is really nasty, threatening a big check on g5 with the knight. Or queen f6, after this move, queen a1, queen f6, could be met by bishop b2, also very nasty. So after queen a1, hitting that pawn, Nikolic played queen c7. So he allows this pawn to be taken, but he's hoping then that after castle's queenside, he could get some counterattack on the open g-file. So Carlsen played instead b4. That's a very interesting move. So he's looking to get the initiative. Remember, this is Carlsen's big thing. He loves the initiative. So even if black castles here, then, you know, after this, rook e1, then the bishop could cut back, and there's no doubt that white has a tremendous attack on the king side. So after this move b4, Nikolic played f6 to close that diagonal. Then came rook e1, hitting the bishop. So the king came to f7. Now b5, attacking the knight. Now, over to you again. How did Carlsen pursue his attack in this position? And I think this is tremendous, because within just 3 moves, Carlsen managed to force resignations. Really unexpected. So over to you. What did Carlsen play next? And I'll give you the solution in the next video.